You can hear. You can hear.
Nah, they
If you
couldn't.
can hunt, you can hear.
I'm not with it this morning.
We
I'm
ain't
so
even on
glad.
live.
Yeah, we are.
Time to see.
Oh Lord.
Y'all done messed up and gave me a microphone.
Oh Lord. Oh, and we have the one and only. Go ahead.
My name is Brian Perret. Thank you for honoring me here today.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming.
I just want to say that. Thank you for gracing us with your presence.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Watched y'all
Mm-hmm.
online for a while now. Know y'all in various different circles throughout our beautiful city of St. Petersburg.
Yes, indeed.
It's
indeed.
definitely a different perspective sitting here in this chair.
You be say, we hear y'all. I know you be.
I told them if they can hunt, you can hear. Oh, my bad.
Mm-hmm. So
Well,
how was your weekend? Let's start off with that. How was the weekend?
I had a great weekend actually. I had several events this weekend. I actually did an event in Largo surrounding climate justice. A lot of y'all didn't know about it, but we still got it done. It still was a nice event, and y'all just really need to know climate justice impacts us just like criminal justice, just like all the justices. And it actually impacts black people more, right? And a lot of people figure out, well, why? Well, because the ish rolls downhill, and we usually the ones downhill having to clean up the ish.
I wish the money would trickle down like that.
No, it don't. It don't. It gets stuck at the top.
Yeah.
The money gets stuck at the top, but the work is done at the bottom. So
tell me more about this event this weekend.
Okay, yeah. Climate justice, man. You gotta look at how the flooding is going on, and a lot of people really look to place blame in a lot of different places. But I want to be here to tell you, this city is not the only city that's dealing with the septic tanks and the sewers. This is a nationwide infrastructure problem, and that's not saying they have an excuse not to do nothing about it. It's just putting us in the mindset of knowing that there are other cities dealing with the same thing, flooding.
It's bigger than us.
Cars getting flooded out, and that's still saying we have to do something about it. We must take it serious because it's not only happening to us, it's happening all over.
So for the people who say global warming is not real and that like climate control and all of that and where it's going,
I think climate justice is bigger than just global warming because in my eyes, it impacts what we do, right? Because if you just get stuck on global warming and say, well, ain't no global warming, this is how to map. Okay, set that to the side because that smog is still poisoning people. Right. Set that to the side. This thing is still flooding. So if you don't believe so it's not a zero-all game, zero-sum game. It doesn't mean, oh, you don't believe in global warming, none of this stuff is happening. Okay, you don't believe in global warming, don't believe in it. But just believe that trash you threw out still goes to a landfill. That landfill is still filling up.
What you're talking about is climate justice is bigger than just global warming.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Global warming, first of all, global warming is a fact. The globe is warming. The part that is up for conversation is what is the source of this global warming?
Yes. How is it happening?
Right. Is it something that was going to happen any other way, or
is it something we're doing? Yes. That's the
okay.
debate.
I need you to go to that other mic.
Go to the other mic.
Yeah, the one that he swore that was fixed.
Okay.
Like,
but then you want me to go to that?
No, I didn't. I was trying to get you to give him that mic and then go over. That's what I said.
We got to produce on that.
Oh, I am not in the middle of this one.
Oh, that's what I said.
My name is Wes Bennett. My name is Paul. I mean, who I gotta be?
No, you know you got to be the person that was in the building when I said give you that mic and take that one.
Sister, if I could be two places at one time,
but you can't.
So how was your weekend?
Hey man.
Listen, my weekend, actually, to be honest.
Now I really want to know, what did you do this weekend, Saturday and Sunday?
Oh, you know what? Oh, do you really want to know? Did you really want?
I do.
No,
What does Q do?
You know what? Actually, my weekend was really good.
Okay.
I went to church yesterday.
Amen.
Cheyenne's song
In
did a
church?
pastor anniversary. Yeah, they.
Oh yeah, on New Hope.
No,
Oh.
even though New Hope pastor,
Oh,
it was
see?
there. It was there, but no, actually, at Genesis, it was
Okay.
Pastor Michael Colbert 18th anniversary at his
Congratulations.
church.
Congratulations.
And
Indeed.
so we went there. And Cheyenne's dad's side, a lot of her uncles, her great uncles,
go to
and
that
great
church.
go to that church. So we went over there, worship with them, and then we had the Black Men Mental Health Conference
saw that.
on Sunday. And I mean, honestly, it was nothing short of amazing.
Powerful game changer.
You
Like,
were?
Yes, powerful game changer.
to be honest, I was like, when I saw all the people come up and like get in the room,
Packed
and,
house.
yeah, we had to keep on pulling out chairs.
Football Sunday.
Yes.
Football Sunday.
Football Sunday. We cut
I saw the game
off.
on in the background.
We cut the game off.
Yeah,
Cut it off.
Yes.
It was in the background, but nobody was looking at
we
it.
cut
That's
it
what
off.
I'm
We cut
talking
it off. It was gone.
Oh, so
It's bigger than football.
It's bigger than football.
It was bigger than football.
We ended up watching later, but
You know, that's real heartening to see. Right? Because
Uh-huh.
when I grew up, we didn't have nothing like that. You know,
Uh-huh.
as I was becoming a man and learning how to educate and find my way through this thing,
Mhm.
like we didn't really have feelings. We definitely didn't have support like that.
Mhm.
You know, if I were to go to my guy like that and be like, "Hey, man, I'm having some concerns,"
yeah, they looking at you crazy.
I'd get everything but a call, but a child of God.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
And you know what? That was
Yeah.
some of the
That was talking about it,
conversation.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
some of the
Just on that
conversation
line,
Yeah.
that was discussed. And I mean, we're making a new norm,
Indeed,
right? We're
Indeed.
trying to build healthy communities,
indeed.
and you have to start with the people that lead it.
And I want to say thank you, because for the community, by the community. That's what I think made this special, because we've done mental health meetings and we know it's a challenge.
Yeah.
Mental health meetings is a challenge to get people to come in, participate, and be a part of the mental health discussions, right?
Yes.
In large numbers. But this was a standing room only. Big shouts out to Dave,
So let's
Sisters
talk
and
on
Daughters of Africa,
So
Kings and Queens.
this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about it like right after the
You the
break.
boss.
Right? Only because we gotta pay the bills. I think somebody laughing 9 times out of 10 is Sharonda, because Sharonda is always the one laughing, right? And we probably said something funny. Good morning, Sharonda. Good morning,
morning.
Miss Teresa. So we're
Teresa, what's
gonna take a quick minute break. Tag a friend, tell a friend. We got a packed hour for you,
Yes, it's
full
gonna
of
be-
good stuff. Yeah,
come back.
yeah.
Yes, come back.
Yes. So, yeah, we shall be back.
Anymore. That's all coming up after the latest world news.
Agape Soul Boutique. High-end boutique looks and quality with affordable pricing. Located at 6025 Martin Luther King Street South in St. Pete. Choose from our amazing selection of stylish, fashion-forward heels, wedges, boots, children's shoes, accessories, and much more. You can shop now and pay later, interest-free with Afterpay. Subscribe to our website and get huge savings on our latest products at agapesoulboutique.com. For more information, call 727-379-1318. Come give your feet the royal treatment and check us out at Agape Soul Boutique today. Agape Soul Boutique. High-end boutique looks and quality with affordable pricing. Located at 6025 Martin Luther King Street South in St. Pete. Choose from our amazing selection of stylish, fashion-forward heels, wedges, boots, children's shoes, accessories, and much more. You can shop now and pay later, interest-free with Afterpay. Subscribe to our website and get huge savings on our latest products at agapesoulboutique.com. For more information, call 727-379-1318. Come give your feet the royal treatment and check us out at Agape Soul Boutique today. Agape Soul Boutique. High-end boutique looks and quality with affordable pricing. Located at 6025 Martin Luther King Street South in St. Pete. Choose from our amazing selection of stylish, fashion-forward heels, wedges, boots, children's shoes, accessories, and much more. You can shop now and pay later, interest-free with Afterpay. Subscribe to our website and get huge savings on our latest products at agapesoulboutique.com. For more information, call 727-379-1318. Come give your feet the royal treatment and check us out at Agape Soul Boutique today. Agape Soul Boutique. High-end boutique looks and quality with affordable pricing. Located at 6025 Martin Luther King Street South in St. Pete. Choose from our amazing selection of stylish, fashion-forward heels, wedges, boots, children's shoes, accessories, and much more. You can shop now and pay later, interest-free with Afterpay. Subscribe to our website and get huge savings on our latest products at agapesoulboutique.com. For more information, call 727-379-1318. Come give your feet the royal treatment and check us out at Agape Soul Boutique today. Agape Soul Boutique. High-end boutique looks and quality with affordable pricing. Located at 6025 Martin Luther King Street South in St. Pete. Choose from our amazing selection of stylish, fashion-forward heels, wedges, boots, children's shoes, accessories, and much more. You can shop now and pay later, interest-free with Afterpay. Subscribe to our website and get huge savings on our latest products at agapesoulboutique.com. For more information, call 727-379-1318. Come give your feet the royal treatment and check us out at Agape Soul Boutique today.
What y'all need? Backup singer, lead singer. I need to be background dancer. Go do a backflip for y'all.
Just don't hurt yourself.
Okay, don't hurt yourself. No, don't hurt him. Don't hurt him.
Hammer don't hurt him.
Oh, Sharonda say, nope, that wasn't me.
Yes, it wasn't Sharonda laughing at something that wasn't funny.
Yeah. Oh, so it might have been earlier. It might have
Hey,
been.
well, thank y'all for
it was you, B. I can look and see who it was.
thank y'all for joining us and welcome back.
Yes, and if you are tuning in, you are listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, and I am Qiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Edman.
And I am Brian Perret.
Yes, and so we're back for the second half of the show.
Mm-hmm.
We left talking about the Black Men Mental Health Conference that happened yesterday.
Yes, and it was the second of a series of conversations that's been hosted by the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club because we noticed Black men mental health and the mental health of our community not being taken serious. I ain't gonna say it ain't been taken serious, but there's been ups and downs, right? There's been closures of the hub. There's been the apparatus that was put together to help address this kind of crumbled. Right. And that's when we was like, hey, we can step up and do it. We don't need them. We don't need their money. They can sit back. We can't use y'all money though. But the long story short, we didn't need that to get into action. Right. We didn't need that to take it serious and say, hey, there's things going on. The first one was at Enoch Davis Center. It was a great event. It actually spurred the second one instantly because Dave was on the panel and Dave was like, hey man, we can do this again at my place. Okay, sisters and daughters of kings and queens of Africa. That's what we did. We came to Dave's spot.
On 16th Street.
Yep, on 16th Street.
And I think that is definitely a part of the success of this one.
Okay.
Because it was about the men. Yeah. And this is kind of it's like a man cave in my mind.
It's a place where men already felt comfortable.
Yeah. And so you came in, it wasn't like this conference room and all this other stuff that you had to. And the comfortability of it made it easy for people who normally don't come to these places come. Yeah.
Now talk about how it went throughout the day, because I imagine people walked in a certain way, And then as they experienced, there may have been a change in the mood.
It was definitely a change in the room. The one, I give kudos and props to the men that was on the panel.
Yes, the panel was outstanding.
Shout 'em out.
So big shouts out to Ed Rowe.
Okay,
big shouts out to Dave Jackson. Big shouts out to
David Muhammad,
Duvet Weaver. We had Anthony Williams, King Jabbo. We had Romeo Mathis, Ronald Mathis, Romeo. John Bailey. This was a kaleidoscope of Black men in our community. This was a good swath of different lifestyles, of different ages, different generations, different everything. Men who grew up with their mom and dad, men who didn't grow up with no parent, or men who grew up with one parent. And so it was such a difference of each one of them. And every perspective was like very, very impactful to the whole audience.
Yeah, it was. And so like you know, to see grown men kind of tear up, because they say men ain't supposed to cry. To see that emotion come, it spoke volumes over.
What did you see as a lady in the room, seeing the men experience that journey?
What I saw, it was a couple of things I took from this, right? One, I took how powerful men are. And I already knew that, right? They put on their Superman cape for real that day, because they changed the narrative of what people say that men are supposed to be. Like, you saw the vulnerability, you saw they're willing to step out to help the community. Now what I did see there is, because men are the protectors and they are the providers, and this is not necessarily a bad thing, is that even though we were there to talk about Black men and what Black men needed, it still switched to about the family, about like the children. What can you do to help the children? And so I know that's a part of the make. But looking at it, is that a part of it is you still don't identify yourself.
And see, and that's what and we talked about this. And my thought on that was, because the group is a part of ourselves. The family is a part of ourselves. Like you can't ask me about my mental health without me. Part of my mental health is part of my family and my family interactions.
Yes,
that is just not a me, and that's what I took for it. No matter how much we want to just say, hey, no, talk about you, but it's not just about me. If you just want me to talk about me, you're not really going to touch my issue, because my issue ain't just me. It's my family, it's my friends, it's what's going on around me that makes me me.
I think what you're both saying is true, right? When it comes to our mental health and why it's important, it is important for our communities. And I think what Q say, there's truth in there. It's also easier for us to talk about other people than ourselves.
And that's what I took from it. And I'm not saying that because I'm a mom.
Right.
I'm going to be the mom to the day I die. And that makes me tick, like everything go around there. But there is some stuff that's strictly about Qiana. Before I was a mom, I was just Qiana.
Right.
I was a sister. You know what I mean? But when I came in this world, I was just Qiana. When Jabbar came in here, he was just Jabbar.
Right.
Right. And so there's something that we have to learn how to take care of self.
Yeah.
Without attaching all the other components with it. That I saw that's a lack of, and like I say, it's not a bad thing per se, but it's something that I realized, like
it's an observation you make, right? And one thing I always try to make sure is that we separate observation from judgment,
right?
Observation is the things that I saw, what I take from that, and what the conclusions I draw are a whole nother thing, right?
Yeah.
And when we talk about men and mental health, it can be hard for us to hold on to it. Right. And I can imagine that, rather than talk about myself, because if I start talking about myself and start opening that up, now I got a whole lifetime of issues I got to hold on to now.
Yeah.
Brother was talking about the posture that the people had as the night went on. At first they were standing up, and then as they started to open up and the weight of the world hits them, they start to slunch over. Right. That's a lot to handle. I've got a therapist I go to 3-4 times a month, helping me get through this. I've been doing it for years, and it still can be overwhelming at times.
Yeah, because you get It's a gut punch.
Yeah.
Like you don't see it coming.
Mm-hmm.
And then you like you good. And then like something hit. And these emotions that stir up in you that you can't control at this point. But it has to be released because it's there. It's been bottled up. It's bubbling. It's bubbling and bubbling. And all it needs is some fire to be lit up under, and there's nothing you could do about it once it starts to overflow over.
Yeah. And we talked about counseling. Big shouts out to Dr. Brittany Peters and her whole staff that came out, because we did have professional counselors in the building. Each one of these community mental health series that we're having is intentional, that we have the doctors in the building, that we have the professional, the resources that people need, because we can talk about what we want. That's like peer counseling. That's cool. But then when there's an issue that goes beyond what us as peers can handle, we have the professionals with the resources and the professionalism to help get us through those hard times.
We also had men's groups in there that there's definitely resources that you can tap in after you do this. So
we had mentality in
there. So if there's somebody out there, brother or sister listening, that wants to get involved next time, how can they get involved?
Reach out to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. You can leave us on inbox on Facebook at the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Because we're gonna have another one. I was asking you, let's put it together. Let's keep this energy going.
So the next one's gonna be next month. We just gotta pick the date. And with the momentum, probably what we're gonna do. Hold on 1 second. We have a caller. Hey, caller, introduce yourself.
Man, it's King Jab.
Hey, King Jab.
King Jab, what's up, man?
It sounds like my comment I made before I had to step out sparked a whole nother conversation, and I'm glad I put that in the atmosphere. But ultimately,
about the boys, yes. You made an amazing comment about the boys,
and then it made me put like a lightning bolt question in there really quick about how many people on the panel was raised with their dads, and what was the impact on it? Because your comment was like 40% of the kids that y'all go see don't know their fathers, right?
Well, it was a actual survey that was taken at one of our local high schools, and it was 100 plus males, and 40% of those males have never met their fathers.
Wow.
And that's what I spoke on, and I really put it at us. It ain't no one else's fault but us as black men. So I appreciate y'all doing the panel. I'm so upset I had to leave, but it was a great space, man.
I'm glad you took care of yourself, bro.
I had to go to a wedding, man, but it was still even when I came
that's in it though. That's in it.
Celebrate. We gotta get some joy in this world.
But even when I came in, people was like, "What's going on, Jab? You straight?" But people don't realize that I have to go inward before I come out.
Yeah.
So I be in a thought process, and I really take these panels seriously, and I really take people giving me their time seriously. So I appreciate y'all for inviting me again.
Man, thank you, because you delivered some important conversation to the room, because honestly, like we are a domino, and if we fall down, a lot of dominoes fall down. Right. So being aware of who and what you are, that was one of the things too, knowing the self and having knowledge of who you are, identity, because a lot of us are running around without an identity and figuring out our identity at 40 and 50 years old. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with that, but take the time to do it. Take the time to go in, then to come back out. And like, once again, I want to thank the whole panel, man. It was a deep, deep, deep conversation. There was a lot of love in the room. Big shouts out to Dr. Brittany Peters, who came through like Magoo.
She's always such a ball of information and joy, right?
Yes.
So obviously y'all be ready, because the one thing I get is, okay, what do you expect from this? Like, what is the outcome? And so this is not just a conversation that we're having. By the end, and this is going to continue for a while. You're going to leave with resources, and hopefully expanding thinking and letting you know it's okay not to be who you were before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Somebody in the panel said, like, I was not me and I had to learn how to be me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he went and started living the life that wasn't him.
That was told he should have lived.
No, not even what he was told, just that he found it. Okay, so John Bailey was on the panel, and like, he had 2 good parents. He said his father was amazing, hard worker, did all this other stuff. And then he ended up going on the wrong path. But it was the power and everything that he got on this wrong path that kept him thriving over there. But he always struggled with it, from my understanding with it, knowing that that wasn't the path he was supposed to take. And until he got back on the right path, he was never himself.
And all that time you're dealing with the buildup, the internal conflict of how you manage that.
Yeah. Right. And that right there got him locked up 39 years of his life. And so he said, which is really powerful, is that he's doing a scale. Next year will make him even. 39 years out, 39 years in.
Wow.
You know that, right? But
every day out's a blessing.
But just think about Smith.
And the messed up part, every day out is a blessing for a black man.
Right.
Ain't that a messed up reality to have?
You know what I'm saying? Freedom for us is a blessing.
I'm saying.
And that's a heavy load we got to carry. People don't see it like that. And I see it like that every day. Well, I've been out of prison 20 years this year.
Hey, this will be.
And I'm counting them.
Just
and I'm counting them like a birthday.
Telling you.
I'm counting them like a birthday.
What day did you get out?
I'm December 4th, 2004.
July 1st.
Listen, it was a rainy day in Tallahassee. The moon was over Jupiter constellation. I
never forget it.
And we joke about it, but it's so serious. And when I see it, I'm like, dang, we are scarred. No, that's a scar that we got to heal, but we're scarred because we celebrate the freedom, and we should. But it's sad that we have to, because you don't see that in other cultures. They not celebrating. Oh, I've been out.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? And when I heard that, I was like, God, be serious. I'm just thinking in my head, because I was running the camera, and I'm thinking in my head like, God, this is serious, because Mr. Bailey like 70 years old.
77.
70, yeah, but I'm
78, 39 in, 39 out.
Yeah.
But you feel what I'm saying? This is my older version of me.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And I thank him for those wise words.
How was that to you, seeing your future self right there?
It was
that impacted the
it's a bitter pill. It's because it's good to see them boys out. Good, you get what I'm saying? It's good to see them on the streets doing positive things. That's great.
Yeah.
But the bitter part about it is, dang, we got to fight just to get half our years on the streets and not in prison. You get what I'm saying?
I do.
That's heavy.
That's heavy.
Whew.
That's heavy.
I mean, it was but there was still.
It's heavy.
I'm trying to find the celebration in the pain. Right?
I know.
This is one thing I talk about as director of Codebox when we're talking about the skills that make somebody really succeed in their job.
Yeah.
Like you and I, we've been to prison. Like, because we didn't spend time in prison, we got a whole set of skills the average person don't want and don't want to go get. Yeah. But I can guarantee you, in the boardroom, when I'm working behind that computer, some of those skills, they help.
Oh yeah, they're transferable.
They're transferable skills. That's exactly right. And so what we have a set of very rare and very valuable transferable skills that nobody else wants to go and get. I celebrate that part of my life.
I hear that though. That's the flip side of it.
That's the flip side of it. Because even on the panel, they said, there's things that you can't talk about to nobody else but somebody who experienced it with you. Right? It's just saying that how degrading some of the stuff is and how it plays with your manhood.
Yeah.
Yep. They talked about that.
This is the
it's intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they play, and that you sit there and you just can't tell your spouse this, even though you want to.
Right.
But it does. So I'll just say it was
some of that stuff you'll never say out loud.
Right.
Like, I do things I will never utter.
Bruh.
I won't say them to myself.
It's crazy.
By myself.
and that's trauma. That's deep.
Exactly
that's deep rooted trauma that we looking to put in that closet that Mr. Bailey was talking about. All the stuff he put into that closet that's stacked up to the ceiling of the things we don't want to talk about, we don't want to deal with. And it's for real because it's a coping mechanism. It helps you survive and get to the next day. But the reality is that stuff busts out that closet. And that's where the professional help come in. That's where talking to trusted peers, not just anybody, not just somebody you vent into because vents go to other rooms, but somebody who's trusted, and then professional help. That's why to help that closet relieve that pressure so it don't explode on nobody.
Right. That finding healthy options to get out, like boxing, jogging.
That's right.
Get outside and jog, run, bike, swim, people.
Right, read.
All that.
Something.
And you want me to tell you what, and I may be wrong, the one thing that I see when I look at this is when people cut off the rest of the world and all they have is their own thoughts. And
you be sheltered in.
And what happens is that negativity plays and it runs you crazy. It makes you paranoid. It gives you this distrust for everybody because only narrative that you're hearing is the one that you're told or you believe. And and if you don't get out and expand your circle.
Yeah. You know what you're talking about is isolationism. Right. And I'm a person in recovery. Like I done been addicted to some things, boy. And one thing that we learn in addiction is an isolating thing, right? It takes you and it separates you from all the people who love you. The people who are saying maybe you should try something way, like, oh, you don't want to hear them, you want this straight.
Don't talk.
And one of the first things that you do in order to get on the road to recovery is you surround yourself with people. Right. And you stay surrounded by people. That's why we go to groups. We get in meetings.
That peer mentor and that peer group.
Yeah. So when you talk about that isolation, like the cure for that is just get outside and wave your hand to somebody.
But you want me to tell you what happened is when you are in this destruction mode, kind of.
I've been there.
Is if you attach yourself to people, it makes you have to think about the effect on them. Right?
Yes.
If you detach, it don't matter what you do because you figure you don't have no connection.
No accountability.
Nothing whatsoever. So you isolate so you can say, I ain't with nobody, so F them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ain't nobody here with me.
Ain't nobody here with me. So it's just me by myself. I came in this world by myself. I'm going to leave in this world by myself.
Isolationism.
Because what happens is if I'm around you and I'm not doing well by myself, I look at you and I see you seeing me not doing well by myself. And when I see that, I got two options. One, I can change, right? And that's hard.
Yeah.
Or two, I could just stay in my house and not see Jabbar no more.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I did for a lot of time. And that's what we do in so many
we do it,
in small ways, whether it be social media or whatever else we find for an escape. The cure for that is in connection. At all times.
And we humans are like a connected people. We are not isolated. They've done we're social beings just like dolphins.
Yes.
You isolate us and our health and our mental health deteriorates. So it's all right, to be alone in me time and alone time, but separate that from going through your troubles and your problems by yourself. There's help. You can just talk to people, and there's doctors, professionals. You know what I mean? Because the first thing people say, I don't trust nobody. I ain't got nobody I can talk to. Well, there's professionals out here that can help you. And it's not as expensive as you may think. Some of these people have pro bono opportunities for you to get help. And pro bono means free. And they have right now, it's a movement. And you can get the help you need because you can jump on this mental health movement, because we want a healthier community, and we're going to do what it takes to get it, whether it's have 1,000 meetings or whatever it takes.
So so the next one is women's, right?
Yep.
So next month, be looking for within this week. Y'all will probably hear something about what we'll do with the women's. Then
we'll put the panel together,
right?
Make another flyer and do it again.
And then the following one after that will be about the children. So we're hitting all aspects, right? And then after we do that with all the data and just listening to what we have, then we're going to be focused on exactly what we talk about and intentional about the conversation. So once we hit everybody, the next one is going to be like, hey, we're only talking about this. in this meeting and this.
Right.
And so we can then really dive in and get a little bit more deeper. So it's not just surface level. And like Dr. Brittany said there is that like she wants to help everybody, but everybody can't come to her office. Like she can't service everybody. But this allows her to still do what she loves and do and touch the people that she need to touch at a masses.
Thank you so much.
Again, I want to say yes, and thank you because, like I said, I was almost in tears. Like literally,
it was powerful.
When it first started and I saw the crowd there, like I literally was like, "Whoa, they came.
They came.
Listen,
I look behind
a Super Bowl,
football
Sunday.
Listen, I look back and I seen the people standing up and people standing up. I'm like, oh,
and you know what? To be honest, we were not gonna go live.
They asked us. They was like, "Hey, man, people want to see it, man. We want."
Yeah,
man. What they said they wanted to send it to Obama, man.
Yes,
that's when we were like, "Hey, you gonna send it to who?"
That's how it was. Like, hey, no, we got people that really want,
man,
that's
big,
interested
man.
in it, and it's bigger than what you.
Yep, that's what they kept saying. It's big, dog. We got to get this out, man. There's people waiting on this, y'all. Yeah. And I was like, I called King Jab had to stand. Qiana, give me your phone. My phone went dead. That's why if you watch the video, you can watch this video on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. It is on right after this show. If you go down under this show, it's 2 videos. The first video, my phone went dead. Because I'm like, whoa, Qiana gave me her phone. We charged back up and went right back in part 2. And I would just thank everybody. Dave, man, big shouts out to Dave. He was an immaculate host. The building is amazing. It's clean. The red, black, and green. If y'all haven't been, don't worry about it then. But yes,
we had food, you know what I mean, and everybody just got, and you know what else I
cold pizza. Cold pizza is good, even though I wanted mine hot. But cold pizza is
cold
good.
Or lukewarm, like it was
cold.
Hot
it was cold.
So
but they ate it all though. But I thought I was gonna get me a whole pizza to myself, right? Because it's cold. Don't nobody want cold pizza.
So let me tell you,
everybody want cold pizza.
Jabbar somewhere, he's going to be the first one to eat.
No, I'm not.
Always. No. Jabbar is always looking for where the food.
And look, they tried to block me from being the first one to eat. But guess who was the first one to eat?
No, nobody was.
Yes.
He was.
Thank you. See, you should have just gave me the pizza when it was hot.
No.
I asked for it because I said it's hot. I said,
why are y'all like a married couple up in here?
No, we're like a brother and sister.
Okay.
Get them cute. Get them cute.
Okay.
Get them cute.
Listen, no, but what happened is Jabbar gets up and walk past the pizza. No. This is what
I was putting the camera together. I couldn't stop to eat and get drinks. And I
wish y'all can see what I'm saying.
No. Listen, this is what he do, right? He gets up, go and walk past the pizza, go into the other room, do whatever. Come back, nothing in his hand.
Do whatever. I'm putting the camera together.
No, this is our camera together. We're all the camera is sitting up there. A matter of fact, he sent Reno over there to just stay with the camera.
What up, Reno?
He walks past the pizza. Go tell Reno he good. Sit back down and look at us and tell us to bring him pizza. He should stop before he got here. Now he comes and get his pizza, and he look at me and say, "Hand me a soda." I moved him.
Did you at least say please?
No, I didn't.
No, he didn't. So I did.
But she blocking him.
No. I moved him and pointed. Just grab it. Like, no.
In front of the second camera. I'm trying to work this thing out. You get what I'm saying?
No,
help me, help you, help us all.
Cut down your phone.
Oh, my bad. I got to turn my phone down. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Introduce yourself.
This your brother John. Your brother John.com.
My brother. Your brother. Our brother John.
Believe that.
Yes.
So I just wanted to just chime in and say thank you for a job well done to everybody who participated in the event yesterday. Definitely timely conversation. Lots of powerful points that were made. Great fellowship and just wonderful. For your vision, your leadership, Q, and looking forward to how we can keep this party going. But thank you just for your leadership. Just wanted to add my voice to the chorus of voices who say thank you and really shining a light on how needed and necessary that conversation is. So thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Brother John, for all you do, bro.
Yes. And I mean, honestly, when we talk about it, we had this conversation. We had this about, I came to their office.
Maybe 2017.
And said, "Hey, I really want to do this mental health.
Yep, mental health
really
event.
want, and this is how like it's embedded in me, right? About the healthy community. Is that I came back then and I was like, I want to do a series of mental health, and we broke it down in like 4 different pieces.
Yeah, we broke it down to series. We had we want to do it for the men,
and then you
it just didn't happen.
Things take time.
No, it does, and it has
in
to
manifest.
Season. And this is when you say you plant the seed.
That's right.
You don't know how it's gonna grow and blossom, but it was something that was planted then, and we never saw it like just coming, and then it just happened.
Yeah.
And so, like I tell people, is that once you speak it, just start to believe it, and then your timing is not always the timing that is gonna happen.
That's right.
And so to see it come into fruition, and I think it's even more powerful now than it would have been back then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because
that's how things work.
You know what I mean? Like I see where
there's the old curse, like, may you get all the things you want.
Yeah.
Right? Like we're not supposed to get the things we want. Right? What we're supposed to do is we're supposed to plant the seeds. We're supposed to water it with our efforts and let the Lord make it grow.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it get down.
Thank you. And yes, thank y'all. And we're gonna make sure we keep it up. If you want to be a part of these mental health conversations, please inbox the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Inbox us now because we're planning the women's mental health conversation.
And men are welcome.
Men are welcome. It's not when we say it. It's just to the extent of this is what we're talking about. It's not a closed door meeting. You know, that's what some people are like, oh, can I come in? It's not a closed door meeting. It's a public meeting. But what we want to do is be intentional about what we're talking about.
Like that.
And we're talking about the women. Last night, we were talking about the men. We got a call coming in.
I see it. Yeah. Yes. Hello, caller. Introduce yourself.
Good morning. This is Miss Davis. How y'all doing this morning?
Hey, how you doing? Grand Rising.
Good morning. So I hear it was a great turnout, excellent turnout. That's great for that event. And I'm looking forward to the next event, the women's. I would like to be on the panel for the women.
See, that's what I'm talking
because
about.
There's a lot of stuff that women go through, just like the men go through when they come out of prison. So, so that would be that's just a suggestion on the table.
Thank you for stepping up. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
I got you. Look.
So yes. Make sure y'all inbox us. Let us know you want to be a part because it's coming. But right now we're going to pivot to talk about the code box.
Thank you for the stars. We're seeing it. Miss Teresa sent some stars.
Hey,
Dan has sent some stars.
Thank you,
have a lot of comments up here.
Yes. Thank y'all so much. Keep commenting, keep sending stars. But we finna pivot right now. We're gonna talk to Brian about code box. So if y'all don't know code box, what is code box?
Thank you. Well, my name is Brian Perret, and I am the Academy Director of CodeBox.
Mm-hmm.
CodeBox, we're a workforce development training school. Right? Let's talk about what that means. We're not an average college, not a boot camp. We're not St. Pete College. We're not the private version of that. What we are here to do is we're here to help you get the skills that you need to get a job that'll help you succeed in life.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the job? What's the field that we know pays well?
Mm-hmm.
Technology.
Yes.
Right. Technology, it ain't going nowhere. We got AI, we got cybersecurity, we got web design. You know, technology is really a path for people in our community to make the kind of money that they need to live the American dream.
Yes.
Right. Like we just talked about 5 years ago, I got out of prison. In 5 years with my job in technology, I've been able to buy my own house, buy my own car, and become a leader in my society. Right. And that's because I make a salary that allows me to take part in the American dream. Right. You know, the American dream ain't as common as it used to be. And I look at St. Petersburg and I see the investments that we have in innovation. We have a whole district called the Innovation District. You know, we've got one of the largest developments ever going up here in downtown St. Pete. There's going to be a lot of good, high-paying jobs coming to this city. At the same time, I see people, my neighbors, having to move out because they can't afford rent.
Yes.
Right. I go and I speak same time. Right. And what I see as a solution to this is these good jobs. There are going to be a lot of good jobs. And right now, there are a lot of people moving into St. Petersburg to take these good jobs.
Yes.
Right. They're buying up our houses and they're moving in. A lot of them are well-intentioned. I ain't saying nothing bad about them. But what I want to see is I want to see our communities, especially our underserved communities, our Black and brown communities, our criminal justice impacted communities, all those people who the system said this world ain't for you, either because regular school wasn't for you or college wasn't for you. What I'm telling you is that there is a path to the American dream for you in technology. What we have in technology and these things right here, like this cell phone, we lament about it, right? About how we spend all our time on social media. But this thing has democratized media. No matter who you are, if you got one of these, you can be a journalist. The video that you shoot and put on YouTube can change the world, right? We see this happening every day. Technology democratizes many things. And what we're seeing now is we're seeing an opportunity where technology is democratizing the economy, the finance, with tools through AI. I got a laptop in my hand. And if you need a laptop, let me know. We can get you one for free through the Digital Inclusion Network. With this laptop, this is the very same laptop. I got out of prison on a Thursday. On a Monday, I got this laptop and a job. And this is all I needed to make my life go. Because you know what? Everything you need to know to be a millionaire is free online. All you need is a guide to help show you how to get there. How to use it. And how to use it and how to get the tools. And what I'm telling you is what we've got at CodeBox is we've got that guide that can help you get that job so you can make that money. Right. And so I'm happy that y'all have given me a chance to come here today to share some of the things we're doing. Right. So let me tell you about some of the awesome stories of the people. Ahead. Man, right now.
Tell us about the people.
Okay, let me just rewind and tell you where this passion comes from. Why I love this city so much. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. One of the hard, if you do the research, Milwaukee, Wisconsin might be the hardest place to grow up as a Black person. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Black place. It got Black.
Yeah,
I know about it.
I grew up in Milwaukee and I had the thought that this is how I grew up. Black was poor was Black. The two were synonymous. The Cosby Show was a fantasy to me. Family Matters was a fantasy. I didn't know none of these people. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. These were comedies. These things did not exist for me. I didn't see Black middle class till I got down into Lakewood, back in 2000 and 2009. And I'm looking for a place to rent. And I look across the street and a Black lady is a school teacher. And next door is a Black mailman. And I'm like, am I in a Black middle class neighborhood? That is when I first started to fall in love. But when I moved into my house across the street from Silver Lake Park and everybody embraced me for who I am, not who I'm supposed to be, not whatever it is, that's when I fell in love with St. Pete. And I want to see that continue. And that only exists because there is a healthy Black middle class in St. Petersburg. Everybody that you spoke about, right? The professions that they have, they contribute to their community. And they were able to do so in a time where having that kind of job allowed you to live in St. Pete. Unfortunately, the list of jobs that you can have and still live in St. Pete is getting smaller and smaller. It's hard to be a school teacher in St. Pete.
It is.
Right? It's hard to be a garbage man in St. Pete.
Firefighter, police.
Or anything like that. But you know one thing you can do? You can be a software developer in St. Pete. You know what I'm saying? You can work on AI in St. Pete. You can do cybersecurity because these jobs are here. I see people getting them. One of my main roles, I go out and I speak to the leaders of technology, like VPs of engineering, chief technical officers, the people that hire engineering talent and supervise them. And they are constantly asking me, where can I find the newest talent? And they want them here. We're seeing a trend now going back towards person-to-person contact. Right? You've seen these deep fakes on AI where they can make a video say anything.
And they make it look just like you.
Make it look just like you. What we're coming to is people are not trusting these virtual communications. And they're becoming less and less secure. I was talking with a couple of industry professionals last week. I was sitting down with a dinner with Dan Velez. What up, Dan? We were talking about how important it is to have this person-to-person relationship, especially in technology, especially in business. And so what we have here is we have the importance of technology, the importance of being person-to-person. We have Tampa Bay, St. Pete, Clearwater, Sarasota as a region growing in tech. They need labor. Why not make it us? That's what we're here to do through CodeBox and the CodeBox Foundation, is to help people find paths to their jobs. Our next class starts October 14th. And this is something that I tell people, you give me 6 months of hard work or a year of some pretty hard work, I will change your life. People out there can testify to this. Gabby can testify. Noah can testify. Osvaldo can testify to the things that we've done, the way that they changed their life. Hey, if you guys know somebody, have them go to academy.codebox.com. Mm-hmm. Have them find Brian Perret. There's only one Brian Perret. If you Google me, you will find me. And let's do this, man.
Listen, man, I love your energy. You've been on this, right? You've been on this, and
because it's not the first time we've had you on.
I done talked to Brian. I done had meetings with Brian. I done went to the Cold Box place. I done been up there. Big shouts out to T Brown the barber. He's a connector. Hey. That Central Station shop is a connector. What up, T? But listen, and I'm gonna say this because I'm into technology. I know computers.
Smart is the new gangster.
Thank you. I appreciate
it's the age of the geek.
And I like that. The
age of the geek, baby.
I'm geeked up right now. But listen.
Oh, Lord.
But listen, I want to talk about the jobs and the careers, right?
Yes.
We talked about cybersecurity, AI, engineering, game development, all these different avenues.
Softballs he's throwing me. Because let me tell you, the one thing that I learned that surprised me, I'm going to take your question and just run with it.
Go. I got it.
I came into tech as a developer, right? Like the guy who was coding hard stuff, right? And so when I got this job, I thought having a strong logical mind is what it would take to be successful in tech. I'm an engineer. I got a bachelor's in chemical engineering. I have a master's degree in biomedical engineering. I thought that's why I was great here. One thing I learned is it's not my math skills that make me great. You know, the number one skill that correlates between success in technology, especially computer programming, and other skills?
Creativity.
Close.
What?
Language. The ability to communicate. These are programming languages.
Yeah, they're languages, yeah.
Right? So the ability to communicate is the number one indicator of whether or not somebody's going to succeed.
Wow.
I know a lot of great communicators who've got so many different ways of communicating. Yeah. Right? I communicate in a very standard way. My English is proper. I do all this well. Jabbar communicates just as effectively in a very unique manner.
A little slang. You know what I'm saying?
You got that spot.
I got a little, know what I'm saying?
But so to get back to the question of what kind of jobs exist in technology, there is every type of job for as many people as there are exist in technology. Mm-hmm. Right? As technology innovates each industry, as technology innovates, becomes within each industry. I'm going to pause and see what this caller got to say.
We're talking about technology. Caller, introduce yourself.
Man, this King Jab again.
What's up, King?
Hey, listen, I know you don't know Brian, but Jabbar and Qiana know that I've actually been in this technology space for the last year and a half myself.
Yes.
And I'm actually getting ready to launch a very big product where we're offering AI integration to businesses, local businesses, small and large, to help you close your leads. So I definitely want to come holler at you, Brian, and I appreciate what you're doing because I seen it. Like what you saying, I'm like, yeah, I seen it. I see it coming, and I've been really, really digging in, man. I appreciate you. And people need to really know and understand the space. This is the future. This is where the money gonna be at. So I agree with you 100%.
Hey, bro, through the phone, I got my hand out and I'm shaking your hand right now.
He is.
All right. Yes, sir. Ally right here.
Hey, but listen, Jab, I want to tell you, thank you, bro, because you know, being around, we were just talking about peers and being around King Jab and Jab I'm talking about instantly, oh boy, we can do this. You know about this and just digging and finding it. And then now you come in with Cold Box, giving people a pathway, right? Because we figuring out our own pathways. Right?
And there's a lot of people who don't know what they want to do with life, right?
And that's the main thing.
That. There's a lot of people that doesn't know what they want to do, don't have, they like working at McDonald's, Taco Bell and all this other stuff, or they thinking, or kids is getting out of high school, going to college, and they like, I don't want to do this.
Or even a career change, a grown man, just looking like, man, what you doing over there?
Yeah,
you know, because it's opportunity
that
we haven't been able to necessarily see or put our hands on. Now we got our hands on the opportunity.
The old adage goes, if you see better, you do better. If you know better, you do better.
You should.
Well, eventually, you know, I give the most grace I can, and I try to assume that people, for the most part, are doing the best that they can.
I'm definitely
right, and
for the majority,
for the majority,
yes,
right. You know, there's all kinds of life and outside things and baggage that we carry.
I definitely believe there's more good than bad.
Yeah,
there's definitely more good.
And so with that, like when we know a path, we can do a path. I didn't know what these jobs were when I was growing up. Like I said, 2.5 years ago, before I took this leadership position, I had a very narrow view of tech. Similarly, I went to a recent event that had seniors in it, like a job fair thing. There were 200 some seniors from all the schools. You know, you got Gibbs, you got Boca, Northeast, Lakewood, even the private, some of the academies was there.
Yeah.
And they were introducing them to the professionals so that they can get an idea of what they want to be when they grow up. And I polled these students. I asked them, of these 200, how many of y'all want to go into career as a tech or computer programmer or web designer, anything like that? Out of 200, how many people do you think raised their hand?
5.
30?
3. Exactly right. And so what we have here is our community. So many of our children don't even see this as a potential pathway for them. That is why I'm grateful for this platform. That's why I speak with such passion everywhere I can go, because right now, one of my main jobs is to help people see that this is a pathway for me. Not only see that this is a pathway for me and think that I can take it, but I want to inspire people to go take this path. And not just help them see it and inspire it, but as they're taking it, it's going to get hard. We're going to be there with them along it. We're the Sherpa, we're the guide. We're that one positive interaction that can make the difference between success and failure. Like so much of the data that we've seen.
Right. One positive interaction change everything.
All it takes is one. I've been that one. You've been that one. We got coaches at Codebox who are right now being that one person for somebody else. Right. That is one of the foundational principles of what we have at Codebox. Again, the jobs exist. You can get this job. I want you to get this job. And as you're on the way to get this job, because it ain't going to be easy, because learning something new is hard.
You gotta put the work
but while you're going through that work, you're not going to be going through it alone. You got family with you, right? October 14th, our next cohort starts. Come be part of the family.
I want to talk to you about the money, right? Okay. We can talk about the money. So we talk about these careers. We talking about these careers, and October 4th starts the cohort. 14th. But what kind of income comes from, say, a cybersecurity job or whatever? Like, what is the income? How the money make?
That's a very good question. It's the number one thing people want to know. And there's a couple of different things there. There's the money you make at your first job, and then there's the money you make at your second job, and that progression. And this is where tech starts off pretty good. Like you're gonna start off around 55 to 70. Which is pretty good. Like
it ain't 55 to 70.
I know a lot of people out there like,
I ain't never seen 55 to 70.
Ain't right? You know what I'm saying? Like before I got into it, I didn't see it. But then, and now here's the key part. Like you get 3 years in the game, you're gonna be in 6 figures. And after that, it just starts shooting up. Like the leadership positions, you're talking 150, 175. You know, when you start to get to executive, you're talking over 2, somewhere in the high 190s, lower 2s.
Look at Jabbar face.
Yeah,
look at Jabbar face.
Yo, I'm telling you, Jabbar.
I can be a tech executive.
I got out of prison. Jabbar, I got out of prison July 1st, 2020. I bought my house in April of 2023. You know what I'm saying? And I did that through work and saving some money.
And if you do the math,
you got to do right.
So maybe you do the math. If your math is mathing, he said first 2 years.
Yeah, 50 to 70.
First 2 to 3 years,
50 to 70,000.
Right. You go into management, you're looking.
Well, not even just management. You get to that, you know, because there's entry level, junior level, mid, senior.
Right.
Mid and senior is where that money is.
Where that money is.
Yeah.
So the first 3 years you're going boom, boom. But once you get into that mid and senior.
I
like that growth path.
And the thing is you can, once you get to that path, you can work from anywhere. Like I know people who with this and this, they take an RV and it's like, okay, and my office is America. You know, people.
My office is Dubai.
Right.
My office is the world.
You know, I know people who don't like the summer who will work in Massachusetts in the summer and come down and work in Florida in the winter because all you need is a laptop. One of the things that I really love about this, because before this, I was a chef. I loved cooking food. I loved making food. But I looked up and I was like, I cannot be cooking this food when I'm 50. I need a job.
It's a lot of work in cooking food.
Whew, it's a lot of work. There's a lot of work here. Different kind of work.
It's a different kind of work.
It's always going to be hard work.
It is.
Don't run from the hard work.
No, but it's just a different type. Listen, it's just a different
type.
It's a different.
And the other thing is the trend, right? Technology's coming. It's still coming. It's still growing. There's still an opportunity to find value.
Yeah.
To be in that founder.
So I got a question. What is the age for the cohorts? What are the stipulations and qualifications to be a part of the October 14th Codebox Academy cohorts?
Yes. If you are breathing air, most likely we want to come work with you. Right. We've got high
school.
school students taking the Code Box program.
So it is a kaleidoscope.
Oh yeah, we have 3 general populations of people who come take our programs.
Mm-hmm.
1, the people who come to us as an alternative to college.
Mm-hmm.
These are people who are graduating high school, recently graduated high school. Universities financially doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Community colleges. What it may take 4 years to get somebody to a job, we can do it in a year. And we're not teaching theory. This is a simulation where you learn how to do the job, right? So that's the alternative to college. Second population is people who have hit that ceiling somewhere. Mm-hmm. People who are in the kitchen and can't get no higher. People who have been working in the office and aren't making the money they want or whatever and want to transition into something else. And this population is important because this is the population that has often gotten to the ceiling of where they can be, right? Mm-hmm. They're the best at what they do and it still ain't good enough for them. Well, you know what? They have skills that will transfer over into technology. Because like I just said, technology is everywhere. Whatever skill you have, you can transfer. So that's one, the alternative to college, people looking to change jobs. And then the third is people who are looking to come back into the workforce after being gone for a long time. Mothers getting back into it. Seniors getting back into it. People who have been impacted by criminal justice. Each and every one of these people has found path to success in our program.
So they hire people with records.
Yes.
Clearly. He just got out of prison.
We gotta make it plain.
I mean,
we gotta make it plain.
He just said 5 years ago he walked out of prison.
Listen, but I know the story. I make it plain for the people.
And it goes back to the original point. We need so many workers to fill these jobs.
Right.
And the most important part that people see is, can you do the job?
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to front because, like, if you're trying to get a security contract with the defense or financial institution, like that's not part of my future.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But there's a whole lot of stuff I can do outside of that and make a lot of money. Yeah.
So, couple questions.
Come on.
Financing. Is there financing available? Student loans, grants?
Yes. Come holler at us. We have. My number one goal since I become Academy Director is to reduce the barrier for people to enter our program.
All right. Boom. Next question. Retirees, senior citizens and retirees.
Come on, we had somebody who retired from their job is in our program right now.
So listen, this is very important. We down to the last 4 minutes of the show. Code Box. Listen, Brian has just laid it out flat. This is the future of our community.
Wait, before
the future
you
of the
say
world.
that, when they come there, they can still work while they're doing.
Yes. We offer our program in many different ways.
Sound like you finna get you a...
This is a great question. This is a great question because we have our program is offered full-time on-site, right? That is the most effective way of doing it. Like I said, in person, working in team as a cohort. Yeah. But we recognize not everybody can do that.
Right.
So our program is also available online. Our coaches are online. We have a whole virtual space set up for people, and people can do hybrid.
Okay.
Like if you have to work from home, but if you can come in one day a week, come in one day a week and chop it up with us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay.
So what's your contact information? Relate your contact information
and
for the
viewers. And his tied and put the website on the
Yeah, Brian at Codebox, CODEBOXX, all one word.com. Brian at Codebox.com, and that's Brian with an I.
Not the Y.
Not the Y.
Hey, man. Listen, I love it, man. Listen, the audience, y'all, thank y'all. They
appreciate y'all. They
got questions for you. Go back and
Brian
look at the
at Codebox.com. I'm going to look at the comments. I'm going to holler at y'all.
Yeah, see.
There you go. Now we got 3 minutes. What's your final thoughts?
My final thoughts. Hey, great show, Brian. Thank you so much for the information. I'm inspired. I might be on the 14th. I don't know. I've been saying I would be coming for years. I've been talking about it. So
we start every 8 weeks. Every 8 weeks we start.
The seed has been planted. So just trust that. Seed has been planted. Trees grow when you ain't looking. Trees grow when you're not looking. Remember that.
That's right.
So and then everybody for the Black Male Mental Health event thank y'all so much, man. Big shouts out to y'all. Big salute. Please stay tuned for the women's. It's coming up next month. Look for Qiana to tell you more.
Love y'all. Talk to you soon.
That was it.
That's all I got.
Inbox him, email you.
Yeah, Brian at Codebox.com. Shout out to Campbell Park. Shout out to Critical Mass Bike Ride. Yeah, I'm the president of Critical Campbell Park Neighborhood Association.
So you got two presidents right here.
That's right. That's right. And this Friday, 7 p.m., the St. Pete Bike Co-op. We got the Critical Mass Bike Ride, the largest bike ride in all of St. Petersburg. If you've been out on Friday night and you've seen a bunch of people with bikes and lights, that's us. This Friday, you can join us.
All right. Be the change you want to be a C.
Amen.
All right. Write down those 5 things that make you feel good, giggle, just made you just appreciate life. Again, thank you for everybody that came out yesterday. The panel, the crowd was amazing, the engagement, and thank you also just for having an open mind, right? Stay tuned for Sister Hughes.
Lose your shoes and shout all around the room.
Right. And this has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Today, I am Qiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Edmond.
And I'm Brian Perret.
And with that being said, we are out.